Hi, Genki Call here with a Mythic Spotlight on Ironhawk, why you need this troop and why you might want to wait to craft him. So, let's head on out of here and I'll show you how this works. First, let me tell you that the reason that this troop is so highly sought after is not because of his spell. Spell's okay. What's special about this troop is his third trait, and that is deal 5 damage to all enemies when an ally casts a spell. And so I have 4 teams to share with you that are used for farming. These teams are used for farming class experience for, this first team is for getting class experience for Slayer. Only this first team. And then also it's used for farming experience for your hero. It's used for farming for trait stones. Just anything that you may need, the most important of which is farming vault events. So these are very, very fast, and you can do this with a hero. There is one team that does this with the hero, and that is what you are seeing right here. So we've got Ironhawk, we've got the Crude Club that only takes 4 mana. That's with the banner, with a +1 red banner. That is a guaranteed extra cast if there's something left over. You just have to match some red gems and you can cast with this if you need to. Sister Superior is empowered. She starts with full mana and she gets an extra turn. Don't pay attention to the spell. It's the fact that she's going to cast a spell and immediately get an extra turn. So she's going to cast, that's going to do 5 damage to all of the enemies right there. And then we have the Dust Devil that's going to do 5 damage to all of the enemies as well. He is also empowered, and so he's going to do 5 damage, and Ironhawk's going to do another 5 damage. So let me show you how this works. It must be Slayer class, and I forgot to show you why. Let me get in here. It has to be Slayer class. It has to be traded because it's this that's going to help you kill off anything that has over 20 points of total value on between his armor and his life. So the bleed will take out anything that might be left over. So you see I got this up to the mini boss level so that you could see what it's like on the harder fight. And we're going to take this in here. I do not recommend this team for Gnome-a-Paloozas. This is just for leveling Slayer class and trying to find gnomes and trait stones and also leveling up your hero. So all we do is we cast with this, we cast with this, and you saw there was one that kind of hung out here for a second, then moved to the bottom. Dust Devil moved it down, and then the bleed took it out. So let me see if I can get that to happen one more time here with this team. And I'm going to grab the next team code, which is why I'm going so slow. Sorry about that. Okay, so we cast. There. So you saw how they kind of popped around there a little bit? That was Dust Devil moving them, and then the bleed took them out. So if ever you're in a... These have to be difficulty 1. I forgot to mention that. Except for this first class, it doesn't matter what... I'm sorry, except for this first team, the class doesn't matter. This one has to be Slayer. The rest can be whatever because your hero will not be with you. So let me paste in the next code here. Hold on. I hate it when it does that. Okay. No. Manage. Paste. I got an extra... If you get an extra space in there, it won't register, so I just have to cut it out, let it go blank, and then paste it back in. Sorry about that. All right, so if you do not have all of your class weapons yet, pick a class. Whatever class that you are trying to get a class weapon on, go ahead and add it in here. You will not get class experience, but you will get, here we go, you will get wins towards the class weapon. So if you're working on those, be sure to pick something you want to have the class weapon on. So other than that, medals do not matter here. Class does not matter. All that matters is you've got 1 Ironhawk, 2 Sister Superior, and the Dust Devil. Now, we already talked about the Dust Devil, empowered, 5 damage to all enemies, because, let's see, I was thinking about another team, but Sister Superior, her blooper city this morning. Sorry about that. Her spell doesn't matter at all. What matters is that she gets an extra turn, and that as soon as she casts, Ironhawk is going to do 5 damage to all of the enemies. So cast, 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 5, 10, and then another 10. That's 20. This should work for all levels in Sin of Maraj. I'm not positive about the other places, but this is an option. Now you can see I've got my Ironhawk at the front. You can move it to the back if you're worried about them having too much longevity. I don't recommend this team for Gnome-a-Paloozas, just for searching, basically. Just for searching for gnomes and trying to get the other farming stuff like experience and whatnot there. All right, so the next team, let me grab it, is for gold farming. This is the only team where you need to worry about metals. And you can farm a little bit of gold while you're doing all of your hundreds of battles looking for gnomes, or leveling, whatever you may be leveling. Actually, you can only level your hero. Apologize. So here's the deal. Greed is going to gain gold equal to his life. And you're just going to cast once with Greed, once with the other Greed, and then the Dust Devil is just like the Sister Superior team, but you're going to get some extra gold out of it. So you're doing so many battles that I don't remember what I was saying because I got distracted. Medals of Yasmine. Medals of Yasmine will give you +8 life for all troops. If you don't have like 100 health, you want to use the Medals of Yasmine to get the health up as high as possible so that you can get the full rewards out of this. So what we're going to do is take this in. Again, I don't recommend this for Gnome-a-Paloozas. The next team is for Gnome-a-Palooza. So we cast once here. I've got 116. I've already got the 100. Well, anyway. Maybe it's only for one greed that you need the medals for, or maybe I'm just such high level that I'm getting full rewards. But let me see this again. Now I want to show you, watch. Do you see that explosion? That explosion is why I personally don't recommend using greed during Gnome-a-Paloozas, because it's going to explode a gem at the start of battle. And that can cascade and take a while to finish cascading, and that's going to slow you down. And speed is what it's all about with a Gnome-a-Palooza. So we cast with this, we cast with this, we cast with this, and done. Whoop whoop! Yay! All right, how much gold did I get there? I got 504 gold out of that. So, you know, that adds up when you're doing all of these battles. So I have one more team to show you. It is the fastest team currently existing in Gems of War, and here's the reason why. I did mention why you might not want to craft a Ironhawk, and that is because to have this the most efficient possible and the fastest possible, and to use it in a Gnome-a-Palooza, you need 2 Ironhawks, because that's going to give you enough damage between the 2 of them, because each of them are going to do 5 damage to all enemies when an ally casts a spell. So all you have to do is cast with Sister Superior and Dust Devil, and they will be gone. I would love to show you a Gnome-a-Palooza, but doing a Gnome-a-Palooza outside of a vault event is just going to lose a lot of resources, because you just aren't going to get the keys out of it, the vault keys, which is what I want. But I will show you this team. Now, the reason I need to explain 2 things. First is the reason why this will work in a Gnome-a-Palooza where those others won't. The others give you about 20 damage. This will give you extra. So there's 10 here, there's 10 here, plus another 5. So that's 25 damage instead of 20. And if a soul gnome comes in and replaces something with high life, like the legendary, you won't be able to kill it unless you have a double Ironhawk team. Or if you're, I mean, you can experiment, but we just do that, we do that. You see how fast that is? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's so fast. All right, do one more. One more. Cast, cast. You can't get any faster than that. Now, the reason why, the other thing I wanted to explain is why the Ironhawks are at the top. I mean, that doesn't seem right because we've got Dust Devil mana block down here. It doesn't matter that he's mana blocked because you're going to take out the whole enemy team before they have a chance to cast. What matters is that it's closer to the cast button, so it's less repetitive movement for me, which, you know, it's more efficient, it's faster for me, and that's why I do that. So I do have some other teams for you, and we're going to do an Explorer. Sure, not Miss the Scales. Hold on, where was I doing? Glacial Peaks. We'll do Glacial Peaks, but I'm going to change my banner, or my medals. All right, and let me grab the first team. So I have, oh my, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more teams for you to use outside of a vault event. So, you know, anything to show you that this is worthwhile outside of a Gnome-a-Palooza or outside of a vault event. So let me paste this in here. This is a level 12 Explorer. This team is using Mechanist class. It's entirely mech except for the Leprechaun because I'm using Mechanist. That will give everything a 50% mana start except the Leprechaun who's empowered. So let me show you how this team works. The Engineer's Drill is also aimed at Mechanist class or the Mechanist allies, which is why I chose it, but it is not necessary to use the Engineer's Drill. It's just my favorite type of weapon, and I really like the synergy of having all of these troops with Mechanist to get this cool status effects. So I'm going to do this, blow things up, get tons of mana for the team, do this. Tina, so this uses Ironhawk and Tina, which are both from Adana. And we'll blow this up and blow things up again. It's going to do damage over here. Just did 72 damage to this guy over here. Blow things up here. May lose Ironhawk. Doesn't really matter because the dealio is done. Okay. Basically, as soon as I get Tina here, we can... That's okay. We'll do this. We'll blow this up. Get another troop in there. Nutcracker's a nice one. Blow things up again. And Tina for the win. It's a little slow for an E12, but it does work in PvP. So I just wanted to get all of these teams kind of on a even keel, so to speak, an even kind of difficulty to show you how this really works. So here we have the Doomed Axe. Yeah, I know not everybody has the Doomed Axe, but it converts purple gems to Doom Skulls. And if so we've got Doom Skulls there. We've got Doom Skulls from Ironhawk. We've got Mercy, who is empowered and is going to transform purple gems to yellow. This is going to take purple gems to Doom Skulls. So, and then the Orrery does this storm that is purple and yellow. That's what a Starstorm is. It's purple and yellow. So all of that purple coming down is going to be used by the Doomed Axe. Initially, we're going to use those purple gems to fill up the Doomed Axe and Ironhawk. And it's been a while since I've used this team. I made this a long time ago. So this is purple to yellow. Of course, we don't have alignment, so we'll do this. That is good enough for me. But I took it anyway. All right, let's go ahead and cast this. Now we don't have enough purple here yet, which means I need to blow things up with Ironhawk and a ton of blue or purple and yellow is going to fall down. Look how much is on the screen. That is a ton. So if I cast right now, it's going to blow up all of this, but it's also going to leave a lot on the board. So I'm going to do this. Try to get some more purple in here. Purple near the skulls is what I'm talking about. I'm just going to blow things up again till it's what I want it to look like. So she just created a bunch of purple, which is super helpful for me. Except that, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Finally. I love it. Love it, love it. And all of these Hunter's Marks are from the Archer class. Hunter's Mark, a random enemy on 4+. You can also use Warden. It will do the same thing, and there are probably a couple of other classes that do the same thing, but at least you can see how this team works. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, even though they will be able to use some of my skulls against me. Okay, no, they won't. They fell in a nice way. Now, this Orrery is just here for the Starstorm. You can cast it, and we shall, just so I can show you. I mean, it does do something, but mostly it's just here for the Starstorm. All right, next up, we have another one that uses edit, manage, paste. Remember, I've used all of these in PvP, so how they're going to do on a level 12 Explorer, I don't know. But again, we're using Mechanist class. That'll give a 50% mana start to both Carnex and Ironhawk. Scylla is here for her third trait, create a Bone Storm on 4+ gem matches. So she's going to create that storm where we had the purple and yellow with Orrery. She's going to create a storm with skulls. Essence of Evil, of course, is fantastic. You can entangle the first enemy with it so that they can't use your skulls against you. Of course, if they get a hold of Doom Skulls, it doesn't matter, but let's see. Get some mana here for... I can take a hit. I can take a hit. Okay, so this is going to explode things just like Ironhawk does to fill up Ironhawk and the whole team. Blow that off. And the nice thing about Carnex is add 25% of armor to my skull damage. So in that way, it's a little bit like Tina. Tina adds a percentage to hers as well. But you saw I entangled this guy. I did that intentionally just so that we could make sure he doesn't use my skulls against me. We're going to do this, get some more armor for this guy, and just keep blowing things up, and then we'll have some mana for Tina here at some point. I think I'm going to do this, just because she's about dead anyway, so we're just going to do this. And there we go. There is that team. Now the next two teams are for Guild Wars. So the first team has Ironhawk at the front. Manage, paste. Here we go. This one uses Elementalist because it's the safest possible team because of the third trait here. So stun, freeze, burn, and entangle, specifically the entangle when matching 4+ gems. And so we've got Ironhawk, the amazing Queen Beatrix, who also will cleanse all allies on match 4. Mistralis, who gets an extra turn when she casts, and the Arboreal Crystal. So this is a little different take on the usual Queen Bee Mistralis team. And then we'll have one more after that. I'm grabbing the team code now. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. All right. So we'll do this. And I can probably let them have that. Now, Mistralis, the reason they're all enchanted is because of this third trait. Love Mistralis. She's fantastic in Guild Wars. She's been very good to me. Look at all the blue. Let's see. What shall we do here? I'm actually going to take green. Queen Beatrix will feed the Ironhawk because she creates a bunch of brown along with the green. And then we'll blow things up. Get lots of mana for the team. Almost got this filled back up, which is why we have the Arboreal Crystal, to make sure that we keep having plenty of mana. So between Ironhawk, Queen Bee, and the Arboreal Crystal, this team does not hurt for mana at all. And I'm just going to cast this again. I have plenty of mana for Queen Beatrix. We'll hit them with Mistralis here. Love it. Love it. Match 4, and we'll finish with Beatrix. Just like so. Alright, one more, and then we will be finished. So the last one, we're going to use on a Mythic boss battle. I hope it goes well. Ha ha ha. Alrighty. Arcturian, who's going to create a bunch of brown, which will feed the Ironhawk. Lord of Slaughter, who will take brown and turn it into Doom Skulls. And then the Arboreal Crystal to blow things up and get some extra status effects, because I am using Elementalist once again for this team. The hero, at the very least, is going to get some positive status effect, but so will Arcturian, because Arcturian is also an elemental. Alright, let's get this team rolling, and they are entangled, so I don't mind if they take those skulls. We'll do this. There's lots of brown on the board, which is beautiful. We'll do this. Perfect. Blow things up, which will feed Ironhawk some more. Do this. And this. Ah, not quite enough. There we go. We'll do this again. Hopefully we'll get some mana here for... There we go. And look, I already have a ton of brown on the board, so I'm going to cast with this guy and blow things up. Oh, so good. There we go. I love the Lord of Slaughter, and I'd love to have him in the front because he does true damage with skulls. However, he has no skull damage reduction, so that makes him a little squishy up there. So we're going to blow things up again here with the Arboreal Crystal. Am I going to cast... Actually, no. I want to clear the board, try to get some more brown on the board, which really didn't work, but we're going to do this. And that is good enough for me, so we'll do him again. And I need to mention that this team came from Boomstick Fancy Pants. So... it is in the description, but I did want to mention that this particular blue attack team came from him. So that is it for this Mythic Spotlight. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you folks soon. Bye-bye!